So I got here early, watched the side-by-side vehicles kind of come in. I followed these guys in, and then there's a bunch up there apparently. So there's a lot of side-by-sides here today. Some bikes rolled in, some with me. But these guys has just been funny. Like, you got this one over there, I don't know if you can see, I'll try to zoom in when I do the video. But the huge rims, skinny tires, just hilarious. And then, like, these guys pulled out two side-by-sides from the enclosed trailer, that black one and the white one. I'll try to zoom in, but they took time to actually install the light things that go up, whips. I don't even know what they're called. I'm guessing LED whips or something. It's like, it's all about the show. Then the one guy started up his radio. He had to show off how loud it is, and it's just like, what the hell? This is why people don't like side-by-sides and stuff, because you start blaring the music, and I don't know. It's just, man, at least we're not playing music. Maybe the bikes are a little loud, but at least, you know, I'm not blaring music as loud as possible on some fucking trail. Anyways, that's my rant today. This is why I typically don't ride like at Penrose Commons. Hey everyone, welcome back to more Independence Trail. Sorry that there's a lot of Independence Trail, but this is the only place we really have to ride right now to practice the rocks and what have you. It's the only legal option at Penrose Commons, and I might get into that in a future video of everything that has transpired and has happened there, but we're trying to play nice because we want the trails open legally that are there, that have been unofficially used by all and shown by all over the years. And by years, I mean like a decade, 10 years, 12 years. There has been other trails out there. So don't go out there and use those. They've actually hired 2 OHV officers to actually write tickets. It's a $155 ticket if you're caught on a non-legal trail. So, I don't know, it's up to you, but we're sticking to Independence Trail for the rest of this season, and of course Patriot, Freedom Trail, all OHV legal trails, typically rock crawler trails, but this is where we can practice our stuff because this is all we have to ride there. So, sorry for all these videos, but it is what it is, and here we are. Today I'm running, again, the TUbliss, but not at 0 PSI. I probably have about 3 PSI in the tire. It's hard to tell because my tire gauge only goes down to 5 PSI, and I'm below that. I just kind of figure I'm probably at 2 to 3 if I had to guess, because I have an air compressor and I just went psh, psh, and that's it. That's basically it. So it could be a little less than that, but there is some air in there today. And it actually does feel better at that lower air than 0, I would say, because it soaks up more of the rocks. Sorry for the background noise of the vibration. I know what that is. It's my exhaust from day one of having the bike. It was always rubbing on the frame. And before I got the P-Tech skid plate, it did get pushed a little bit more. But other people had this issue for 2021 where their bikes showed up and it was literally on the frame. Mine was no exception. It was the exact same thing. It was on the frame. So the rattling has just come through a little more. Maybe the exhaust has shifted some. So I got to play around with that. I do have some silicone gasket maker stuff that is like a matte sheet, and I could just cut a piece of that out, and I'll go ahead and kind of shove that in between the exhaust and the frame. Maybe putting in a little RTV on the backside for the frame so it kind of just sticks there, so you know it doesn't kind of creep out or anything. In that way the vibration won't be going through and you won't hear the rattling in my videos. And I will see about getting a new pipe. That way it will be taken care of and I'll be, you know, good to go there, and it will line up hopefully and not be pushed into the frame of the bike. And I could try popping it out. I did that originally, but it kind of did it, but I don't know. It was like that from the get-go, so I think the bend and stuff is
kind of off. Like I said, it was like that new. It got a little worse because before I put the P-Tech on, it got pushed a little bit more. So it is what it is. So I just have to deal with the rattle for now. And it does make it sound kind of janky though, so I'm sorry about that also for the video. Man, I do love riding this terrain. Flowing from north to south on Independence Trail is just really nice. It's really super flowy. You can kind of keep moving. You don't notice that it's slightly downhill. Plus, I do know the line's pretty well going down. I'm still recovering. If you run this video back to back with the other video I just had out, then you'll see I'm actually doing a lot better here. I'm, you know, staying going. You know, I'm not taking as many breaks. I think took a brief couple breaks to wait for people, but yeah, we just took, like, I would say the unedited video before I chop, you know, small sections out. It was only like, I want to say like 18 minutes long. So it only took us 18 minutes to get to Patriot Trail. Now it's another maybe couple minutes past Patriot, just around the corner for the Waterfall Trail, if that. You know, it's like literally around the corner from there. But it's a, like I said, it's a fun trail. And it's fun following somebody. Josh in front of me, he's actually a pretty good rider. He said he's only been riding for 3 years, but he was cruising right along. I can tell he's a kind of a tall guy, so he has that advantage. And, you know, this is where I kind of had one of my oops moments, which is funny. I've been having oops moments here because I used to never have any oops moments in this area. I got to figure out, I got to trust myself just to come down that big slab. I think I could do it. I think I could just, you know, with the right tires, it should be able to grip, and I should be able to just come right on down. Now, I don't know. Maybe it will slide out, the bike. I know way back when I tried it, the bike kind of slid on down, and that was it, and then you were down, right? But I think you could get across there, and I think going up, we need to start trying to go across that big slab. That would also be pretty cool, because versus taking that little notch and kind of doing a little turn in there. If you just shot straight across and just went up that slab, you know, you'd be out right away, you know, and it would be nice and smooth. So we have to get up the nerve to do that. Might have to move a few of the bigger rocks that are down below, kind of blocking, out of the way, you know, and set that line up nice. But I think if that line's set up pretty nice, that would be the way for us to just go scooting on up and out. Anyways, here we're still going down. As you can tell, these rocks are a pretty good size, but I'm kind of hung up here. And then this has changed over the years, this spot. This rock came from somewhere, because it never used to be there. I would say a year ago or 2 years ago, and it was much more smoother coming through that section. It was more like this, where you can kind of just cruise on through. So it is fun to look back on my older videos that are like 10 years old and see that, man, the trail has changed quite a bit. But that's not from us dirt bikes, that's from the rock crawlers, because with the big tires and stuff, and when they play on something, they can really move some of these big rocks around with their tires, and then that kind of pushes them into different spots. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, the trail is ever changing. It's not going to be the same forever. And, you know, sometimes people think these trails are going to just stay the same. Well, they're not. That's not how trails work. They do change over time, and in another 10 years, it's going to be a little different. In 20, 30 years, it's going to be a little bit different. You're going to have harder spots, and other spots that were hard are going to be easier. Because there's one of the spots where it's kind of on an angle when I'm going up. We used to skirt across the rock, and now it's kind of like a lot of dirt has moved and washed away, and it's kind of like you don't want to mess up there now. And I used to feel like a pro kind of going across the rock on an angle. Well, you know, it's just one of those things. It's hard to do. And, you know, this, I lost my balance. Came down, hit the skid plate, and then the back just, I don't know, lost balance and went down. It happens, you know. If I had a little more momentum, I would have probably just went through, even if I bounced around a little bit. I love this spot. It's a nice straightaway. It really works good. You can kind of get the speed up a little bit more, and it's just a little bit more flowy, especially once you've been through and you know the lines. Actually, skirting across the big rocks there works better. I don't know why I went around to the right. I've been kind of going around stuff since I've gone back into riding now routinely, and you're going to see more videos, and hopefully maybe this will show you back to back, like, hey, this is, you know, one ride out after being off for a month and sick, and now here's my second time out and I'm doing a heck of a lot better. So if I continually just go out and practice, I should get a lot better, and I should start flowing through this stuff, and also building up my endurance back up where I can just flow through this all in one go. So instead of an 18-minute ride to, say, Patriot, it will probably be like a 12-minute ride to Patriot. And then, you know, maybe taking a little break there, maybe even a little snack if there's a bunch of people, and then turning around and coming back up from that point, because it's pointless to go to the waterfalls if you're just going to come back up. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Y'all take care, stay well, stay safe, my friends. Have a good one. Bye.